What's up? So, it's been a while, and I I think part of what made me want to restart today, of all days, um, and the message I'm really feeling today is forgiveness. And so today is September 10th, 2025, and just a few hours ago, I saw a video of Charlie Kirk get shot in the neck, and blood gushing because it hit him right in the jugular. And I think I saw it, I don't know, I probably hit X. I probably saw it 20-30 minutes after it happened, starting to blow up, and then another 30 minutes pass and it's become wide known that he's dead. And because of what I've been going through recently, forgiveness is a pretty important thing, right? So, that's where my mind kind of jumped to as soon as I saw this. Like, where is forgiveness in here? How does that look? And, I've had these experiences recently where I get these visions, these understanding of some of the traumas that have happened to me, and my immediate emotional reaction to being presented with this information was anger. And then, just thinking of forgiveness and why forgiveness? Because from what I understand and what I've experienced personally, we are all connected, right? I truly do see everyone that is alive today as effectively a sibling, I guess is a good way to say it. Or, we're all, even that's not the truth. It's hard to explain because I see you watching this video. If you're watching this, I feel that you and I are the same. We are one, right? And outside of this simulation or whatever you want to call it, this life experience, we are, when you zoom out far enough that you zoom out of the experience, and there is a place where you and I are indistinguishable. But when we're here in this, I'm going to call it the ego experience, right? Like, you and I have different purposes and we show up in different ways. And in that way, we are unique, but we are from the same place. So today, as I saw the Charlie Kirk shooter situation, whoever, I don't think we'll probably, we probably will never know who killed him, etc. Some guy was arrested, and immediately there's allegations that he's not the guy, and etc. Whatever, whoever shot him, whoever, this whole situation, I can't help but see the shooter, see Charlie as myself. And there's a lot of hate going around, a lot of people being radicalized, and not that it isn't somewhat legitimate, right? Charlie was just speaking, right? And he gets shot and killed for speaking. That's not what America's founded on. That's why America was founded, right? So to have that freedom to speak. But one of the first things I was thinking of is, how can I forgive? Because it made some emotions come up when I saw that video of him getting shot in the neck. The first video I saw was a long shot, somebody had zoomed in from a long way, but then I saw a second video of somebody that was in the crowd, and it's gruesome. It's a very gruesome video, and I suspect it's going to be difficult to find that video going forward, just because it's, he did die, and his family exists as well, and I'm sure they don't want to see that just randomly. And I think most people are going to respect that, or for whatever other reason that video will get taken down. But I see when I had these feelings coming up, I kept coming back to this forgiveness aspect. Can I forgive that person? Even though the wound is so fresh, is that possible? And I even just thinking about it makes the pull of it already is less. I think I have forgiven that person, whoever they are. A saying that came to my mind, and I don't remember where it's from because I certainly didn't come up with it, but forgive but don't forget, right? So like I can have empathy for the person who murdered Charlie Kirk, but that doesn't mean we don't take actions, that justice doesn't need to be served, Like they made their choice, and now society has to make choices too. And this is following, America's just a fucking shit show right now if you're on the news. And personally, in my day-to-day life, when I walk around, I don't see people getting murdered all the time and whatnot. So, that's the curse of the media, I guess. But still, there's lots of things going on around the world that are quite chaotic. And yeah, I think there's lots of, and I'm sure many of these accounts are bots, but I see them calling for violence and whatnot, and I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me that we do the things like the last election cycle when the other group was in charge, right? There was a lot of things that they did and they called for that the other side disagreed with, and now that the other side is there in power, right? Like, and something bad happens, they want to use the same tactics that they disagreed with previously. So I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me to, you don't overcome and grow past this stupid battle by stooping to the lower levels, right? Like there's a higher path that we must walk, and I think it begins with forgiveness. But the thing is, because this perspective I've come from, like where I see everyone as one, and I see that we're operating in this ego structure or whatever. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but I do feel like how I feel about death personally is that when we die, it's not that big of a deal. I feel that as we cross to the other side, maybe there is a judgment day, maybe it's not quite exactly how we use words to describe it, but I do feel that the other side is not scary. I think it's probably I don't think fear exists, I don't think hate exists over there. So when I think about death in this ego world, whatever you want to call it, I just like when I'm in reference to justice, right? I see a lot of people calling for the death penalty, and I do think that has its place. There are, like some people just cannot function in society, and I don't disagree that sometimes that is the way it needs to be handled. And I actually don't know. I don't feel that that's a bad thing, like, and when they go to the other side, I imagine they'll see their own, they'll gain clarity, and whatever happens after that, it's all speculation. Even my opinion of all this is speculation, right? But yeah, it's just very, very interesting times. I don't know. It seems like this violence is becoming more and more prevalent on the media, which I don't know. I hope I personally don't have to experience violence. I don't like it, but I have faith that whatever happens in the coming days, I feel that I am in tune enough with Earth, I am in tune enough with God and Jesus that, and I've experienced it before where in a time of, the time I experienced it before wasn't actual crisis, but it was perceived crisis, right? And what it told me and what it showed me is that in a time of crisis, my body knows what to do. There's no thinking, there's no fear, there's pure focus and clarity on the actions, and I learned that my body, I don't resist that when it comes, right? I don't even know that I could if I wanted to. It just came with absolute clarity and in motion. Like I just knew what to do and I did it. And I feel that whatever is coming, I don't really have to worry about because my body knows what to do. And God will instruct my body to do as it needs to do. So I would encourage that everyone have a similar feeling, and yeah, I don't know what's coming, but hopefully it's all gonna be good. So yeah, just wanted to touch on that. I think right now is a time for forgiveness. It's in all areas, like not just these recent murders, but you know, over the past couple years, we've had these ruling class people. It's become more obvious that they've done a lot of bad things, and I even think, in regards to them, forgiveness is the only way. Like in talks of all the secrecy and whatnot, I've heard that it's suggested that amnesty, like if we presented amnesty, they would spill the beans, as you could say, and just come clean about everything, right? Just a period. I feel we need a period of where everybody can be 100% honest, so we can move past all this lying and all this stuff, right? So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm ready to forgive. I'm able to forgive the extensions of myself that are quite dark in the darkness within me. So I just hope everyone else can do the same. We will find out. I hope you have a good day.